It's rivalry night in the Pacific Northwest, and we turn the page to round 3 of the Prinx Tires USL Cup. The back-to-back League One runner-up Spokane Velocity return home to their fortress that they've protected very well this year. AC Boise are winless across their last 3 matches. They invade One Spokane Stadium tonight, and the question is, can they do so successfully? We're pumped to have you with us this evening. I'm Josh Lill, set to take you through the full 90 minutes. Now, both of these teams are still in contention for the top spot, which is held by Sacramento Republic. They have 2 wins atop the Group 1 table. They play Monterey Bay tonight in a couple of hours. Boise and Spokane, though, they can both jump into first tonight. And starting with the visitors, they need a win and a Sac Republic loss or draw to move into the top spot. And for Velocity FC, they have to have all 3 points, and the Quails must drop a result for Lee Wiedman's crew to jump 2 spots. Well, last time these 2 teams got together, it was on April 4th, and it was Boise's inaugural home opener in front of a record-setting League One crowd of over 7,200 fans. Spokane got on the front foot with a quick strike from Joe Gallardo, but then Simon Fitch committed a penalty. Juan Brito, he had his penalty saved, and it was finished and converted by Nick Moon. It would finish level, and Spokane was very pleased with the result, but AC Boise felt like 3 points were very much within reach, and certainly come into this one with a chip on their shoulder. And Lee Wiedman has asked more of Cameron Miller this season. The freedom of Gagi Markvelishvili to step in and act as a central midfielder has heightened the role of the Washington native. Miller has often played with center backs who are okay with the ball and aerial dominant, but now he finds himself covering more ground and running play from the back line. The coaching staff feels that he is a big reason for this undefeated run at home. And on the flip side, Nick Moon is one of the best players in USL League One and in the USL Cup on the dribble. He scored the result clincher against Richmond and has been a great tandem with Blake Bodley on each flank. Now, with Bodley being the leading chance creator in USL League One, Moon has found success in open space when his partner in crime has been blanketed by defenses. Moon looks to continue his run of form against a very compact Spokane team tonight that will most likely take him off the dribble. He'll fight through that adversity for sure. But Spokane, Boise, what's not to love? Velocity look to defend home turf and remain undefeated. Boise could jump into first tonight with a win and help from Monterey Bay. All hands on deck, as this one is sure to not disappoint. Start as a kickoff coming up next from One Spokane Stadium.
At Eastern Washington University, students and faculty work side by side to restore a lost prairie and decrease our carbon footprint. Composers are writing music to help us understand how salmon migrate. And urban and regional planning students partner with cities to gather the data they need to address homelessness. Interdisciplinary education that gets real about the real world. That's Eastern Washington University and you.
Once in a while, we all want to go wild. We just need a little help. Meet a little help. The 2024 Ford Bronco Sport Wild Edition goes over any terrain, so you can go all out. Get a wild deal on a Bronco Sport today. Lease a Bronco Sport Wild Edition for $339 a month for 36 months, or purchase with 3.9 for 36 and get $2,000 wild bonus cash.
Prinx Tires is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the Prinx Tires USL Cup. Built for practical performance and the long haul, Prinx delivers reliability for everyday drivers like you. Visit PrinxTireUSA.com to learn more. Tonight's starting lineups are brought to you by Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino. Tonight it's a 5-3-2 where Coach Lee Veidman. Sean Lewis remains between the sticks, the two-time goalkeeper of the year and two-time Golden Glove winner in League One. Still in relief for Carlos Marancio, who is injured. Joe Gallardo and Siobhan John Brown showing their versatility at the wingback spots tonight. Expect them to cover plenty of ground. And Derek Waldeck, for all the Spokane fans that have watched Velocity in the recent years, he's been at that left wingback spot. He pushes up into the midfield, and USL Championship veteran Nico Brett gets the start up top with Louise Hill. For AC Boise, it's the classic three-back system for Nate Miller. And tonight it's Jared Mazzola who gets the start in net. Just made one save already, or one start, excuse me, in the USL Cup. It came against Monterey Bay in the 4-3 victory. He made 3 saves in that one. Jacob Krull, aided by Joshua Yara, the new signing for AC Boise, as they are still without Jake Dangler, and turn to the veteran in hopes of fortifying the defense a bit more. Still in search of that first victory after going winless across their last 3. Spokane in the dark kits with white letters and numbers going left to right. And we are underway from One Spokane Stadium. I'm Josh Lill, happy to have you with us. AC Boise in the white kits. Defend to the right and work to the left with the dark letters and numbers on those white kits. Christian Kempo Hernandez, our head official today. Plenty of fans on deck tonight for this rivalry, and you can see to the top left corner of your screen, the Boise fans have made the trip to support their team that in their first year they have been impressive. Currently sit above the playoff line in USL League One. As Lewis knocks this one away. Heads out for a corner kick. Spokane Velocity FC coming to this one with 8 wins across all competitions. AC Boise with 5 throughout the USL Cup and USL League One. This cross dangerous in, and Lewis was fouled on the play. Gets tied up with Dennis Kostashin, and Lewis quite livid and demands an explanation from Christian Kempo Hernandez. Lewis, a veteran, signed in the early stages of the USL League One regular season. And he knew coming in that Carlos Marancio was the #1 just based on his performance over the past couple of years, leading Spokane to back-to-back USL League One titles, or title matches, I should say. And Lee Veidman mentioned that Sean Lewis is a great person to add to the locker room, someone who holds everyone accountable, but through their ideals in the offseason and the type of players that the club wanted to bring in, Lewis is a proven winner. Has done so in this league. And to have guys like Lewis and Marancio in training, they get that extra 1% out of each other at each practice. And as the competition heightens between the two of them in training, those sessions become that much more intense, productive, and it drives a higher level training environment. Boise with movement. Moshaban streaking down the middle. Moon inside, heavy off of Moshaban. Colin Fernandez plays it out to Brett. Ricketts slides to keep it in. It works to his advantage. Back to him on the ground, and that one off the foot. And Gagi Margvelashvili. Another corner kick for Boise. It's Blake Bodley to take the set piece duties again. Georgia native and former Oakland root. Quite the presence, along with Cameron Miller as center backs on this team. Christian Campo Hernandez tidies things up inside the 6-yard box. Blake Bodley, the leading chance creator in USL League One, has eyes on serving this one on a silver platter. The question is to who? Jake Krull and Jonathan Ricketts each stand 6'1", same with Nick Moon. Currently the tallest field players on the pitch for AC Boise. Kostashin hounded, Moshaban can't break free. Bodley lets it fly, backside. And it goes between 3 different Boise players. They're in search of a penalty. And there's an injured man down for Spokane. Simon Fitch slow to get up and tending to his left foot. Tumi Moshaban thought there was a bit of grabbing and tugging. Fitch back to his feet. Good to see. Your keys to the game aren't presented by Ford for Spokane. They need to find space in behind. AC Boise are quite expansive, progressive up the pitch, but with that and this 3-back system, there's going to be space left in behind. It's up to Lee Wiedman's crew to exploit that and take advantage. As for Nate Miller, it's simple. They have to take away transition. Since Spokane came into USL League One in 2024, they've been quick to get out in the run of play and test opponents vertically. It's simple, but Boise can be effective. They can take away the counterattack. And those are your keys to the game presented by Ford. Siobhan John Brown in search of a clean throw-in, but ups off to Simon Fitch. Waldeck. This pass intercepted, and Boise in positive territory. Velocity recovered. Andre Lewis, certainly one to fall into the back line for Spokane to provide aid when those outside players get forward. Jared Mazzola gets a handle on the ball. Sent deep, and he trades a couple of passes with Sean Lewis. Thunderous roar from the crowd tonight. This rivalry certainly means a lot. And talking to Lee Wiedman in the days leading up to this match, mentioned it is great for the league and also for this community to see the support behind both of these clubs. He said he would love to see a trophy one day to cement this rivalry even further. Mentioned a match like this not only can bring out more Spokane fans, but it draws the attention of the Boise faithful, who have certainly made the trip. And again, you will find them to the top left of your screen. Mayaka back. Very good at getting box to box for Nate Miller. Jacob Krull, a veteran of this league, over 10,000 minutes in USL League One regular season matches. Exactly the veteran presence that you want on the back line. if you're a new club like AC Boise. They got it with Krull, have it with Dangler, but he's unavailable. And here's Joshua Yarrow, the latest signing for AC Boise. Now Yarrow comes in with 9 professional seasons under his belt. Has a variety of experience in the MLS, MLS Next Pro, and USL Championship. In the MLS, he's participated in 70 matches and had a goal throughout his time with Philadelphia Union and St. Louis City. Was once the 2nd overall pick in the 2016 MLS Super Draft to Philadelphia, as he came out of Georgetown with All-American honors and a Defensive Player of the Year award. He has not played this season. And Nate Miller, a big fan of his passing range, as he loves to play out of the back with all 11, and that includes the keeper. Feels with those passing capabilities and the leadership of Yarrow that it can help get this Boise team back in the right direction. Whether Jake Dangler starts or not, it's another player with experience that can help take Boise to the promised land, and that's also been the motive for Spokane Velocity. It seems every year, and even in the middle of seasons, Lee Veidman has found ways to bring in some of the best players that have ever seen USL League One. Neil Vinyals last year, a big acquisition, along with Nico Brett. And this year, Sean Lewis, Simon Fitch, Joe Gallardo. All players that have, again, found much success. Gallardo, the Finals MVP in 2024. Simon Fitch, over 120 matches played with the Richmond Kickers in his time, helped them to the playoffs in 2024 and 2022. And Sean Lewis, of course, we mentioned, one of, if not the best goalkeeper to have ever seen the pitch in USL League One. And that's what makes both of these teams so dangerous, is the ability to go out and sign good veteran players. It's a big reason of why you shouldn't be surprised to see them play meaningful matches come early November. Jacob Krull. Hernandez has other thoughts. Fernandez, excuse me. Shaban handles after a heavy touch. Nick Moon. Derek Waldeck with the denial. Whether that was a cross or a shot, hard to tell from the angle, but Derek Waldeck drops in to take that opportunity away. Nobody home. Spokane take over. Tonight's injury report is brought to you by Kinetic Chiropractic, a modern approach to chiropractic care for Spokane. Jack Denton, Carlos Marancio, and Bryce Meredith unavailable. Jake Dangler, Dominic Gasso, and Charlie Adams not available to go tonight for Nate Miller, but also should note, Meji Alexandre, the star winger for Spokane, picked up a red card in round 2 of the Prinx Tires USL Cup, and he is unavailable for selection tonight. And that is your injury report, brought to you by Kinetic Chiropractic, a modern approach to chiropractic care. Lewis. John Brown twisting in hopes of receiving that ball, and gets back on defense. Mayaka. Krull. And Blake Bodley. That curler right to Lewis. Sean Lewis to Andre Lewis. Another MLS Super Draft pick on the pitch taken 7th in 2014 by Vancouver Whitecaps. A couple of highly talented defensive players on the pitch tonight for both clubs. Andre Lewis under duress. Spokane last to touch, and Bodley takes over with the throw-in. Blake Bodley so dangerous from the outside. Very crafty with that left foot. Seems to always pick out the perfect pass and work at the right moments to find teammates streaking into the box. Hasn't been given his chance tonight, but it certainly will come, whether given or earned. Dangerous ball inside, it rolls off the chest of Lewis. And finally able to settle it down. Sean Lewis, that certainly was not the easiest ball in the world to deal with. Joshua Yara. Musa Inya. Mayaka to Krull. Nice touched by Spokane. Nice time out for Boise. And that comeback result is Lewis. Don't know if that one would have been on frame, but able to protect. Boise coming off that 2-2 draw against the Richmond Kickers. They did trail 2-1 at one point, but Dennis Kostashin and Nick Moon with 2 goals in the final 15 minutes of play to secure the result. And Boise did just about everything right to win that match. They led in shots on target, box touches, final third entries. They had 68% of the ball. Nearly tripled the amount of accurate passes of Richmond. Accumulated 13 corner kicks. It was just overwhelming on the offensive side, but Nate Miller told me his team actually had the stomach flu before the match, on the plane ride, and training leading up to the match, during the match, after. He said on Tuesday he only had 8 guys available in training. Mentioned our substitutions, especially Dennis Kostashin coming off the bench, did well in creating and getting into the box. He knew it wouldn't be an easy match defending transition, as Richmond has become less ball-oriented this year, and that is how they got their second goal. But even in the midst of the stomach flu that a good chunk of his team had to endure, he's pretty proud of the resilience and courage his guys showed. John Brown. Fernandez. Andre Lewis back with it. Derek Waldeck needed that left wing back spot, very fluid in his movement with Joe Gallardo, who steps into the middle of the pitch. Scan now and you will win one of 20 unique restaurant discounts. Thank you to Caruso's, The Burger Dock, Flatstick Pub, Casa Tap House, Canala, People's Waffle, and Method Juice Cafe. Jared Mazzola taking his time building out the back. Comes to AC Boise on loan from Las Vegas Lights in USL Championship. For any League One fans out there, he spent 2023 with the Greenville Triumph. Took part in 33 matches, accumulated 7 shutouts But over the past 2 years, that playing time certainly went down with Las Vegas. And prior to, at Sacramento Republic, getting just 12 starts, but recording shutouts in 50% of those matches. Now the third different starting goalkeeper for Boise as Joseph Endema started the year. Jonathan Cleaver picked up starts after. But Jared Mazzola, now 2 starts in the Prinx Tires USL Cup. It's pivotal playing time against one of the better teams in USL League One, a solid test for the likes of the 27-year-old and Jared Mazzola. Before that loan made from Vegas to Boise for Lights FC. Started in 6 matches, led up 14 goals and picked up a shutout in the process. Brett hounded. And Ricketts guides the ball to Mazzola. Mayaka. Bodily calling for Mayaka's aid. He ups to Yarrow. Nico Brett in pursuit. Boise see daylight. Krull. It's poked free. Won by Siobhan John Brown. Works to Brett. The give and go. Siobhan John Brown in the area. Centering pass knocked away. It was Yarrow in the vicinity. Spokane go quickly. Put the pressure on and Boise come away unscathed. Spokane have no shots thus far. Just got into the box for the first time and yet to test Jared Mazzola. It was a tough run against Portland Hearts of Pine. A 2-1 loss last weekend. Seemed all was right when Siobhan John Brown netted the first goal of the match in first half stoppage time. Hearts of Pine would put together the second half comeback. Velocity FC certainly showed aggressiveness. They were on top in tackles and duels won. Had a plethora of shots, but just could not convert. As Mazzola snags that one out of the air. And the odds looked very much in Lee Wiedman's favor. They did not allow a shot on target in the first half. But making those second half adjustments was not a specialty of Velocity FC that day. Lee Wiedman made no excuses. They created chances, but they have to execute more. And there's simply no secret recipe. Portland Hearts of Pine scored 2 goals off 3 shots on target. He knows if other teams can do it, so can they. And on that lone goal by Siobhan John Brown, just based on the tape, Lee Wiedman knew that Portland had trouble defending open space and dealing with second balls. They wanted to attack that. Spokane very well could have won. And Siobhan John Brown missed on a 1v1 and was also whistled for offside. The result indicates one thing, but the chances would say otherwise. So an unsettling feeling for Spokane as they head home and take on a rival in front of a well-attended match. Boise have been a lot more effective getting into the final third as that challenge deemed clean. They've done so 21 times compared to Spokane's 13. And the fans quite livid that there was no foul call. Enter the Prinx Tires USL Cup Game Day Kit Sweepstakes for your chance to win a prize pack worth up to $2,000. Scan the QR code on the screen and enter today. Simon Fitch off the feed from Andre Lewis. Fitch on his right, back post, header off heel and into the crowd. Luis Heel felt like his jersey was tugged. And not mincing words with our head official, Christian Campo Hernandez. Here's another look at it, at the foul. And Luis Heel and Philip Mayaka a little tangled up. And Simon Fitch, great opportunity to create space. Gets a little separation with the defender. Although Luis Heel felt like he was tugged. Boise with good defense and limit a shot on target. John Lewis, Mark Velishvili. Heel takes a hit. And still displeased with the call. Felt like it was a little late. And Musa Inya over to Christian Campo Hernandez for a brief explanation. Another foul against Mayaka. Colin Fernandez takes time to get to his feet. Certainly won't be short with his ball placement. Fernandez so good as a two-way midfielder. It's the ability of many of these Spokane players on both sides of the ball, on and off the ball as well, that have led to this stellar form of play at home. A 7-0 record across all competitions, 6-0 in league play. And if you look at the difference in numbers in league matches at home versus USL 1 games on the road, there's a huge difference, which we'll get to in a second. Spokane pushing the tempo. Gallardo goes down. Boise out in transition. Quick into the attacking half. Interception, Siobhan John Brown. Up to Nico Brett. Back to SJB. Simon Fitch. Fernandez directs him to the outside. Continues to stay with it. Waldeck. Spokane attempting to feel out this Boise defense. They can't get to the outside across, which is their bread and butter. Boise have been quite compact. Almost no room to create in the middle. Can this amount to anything? Overlapping run by Fitch. It somehow does get to him. And Boise forced to allow Spokane to take the corner. That bouncing ball certainly had no intent of getting to Simon Fitch initially. It does roll to him. And Yarrow not taking any chances. Clears it beyond the byline as these Spokane players very clinical inside the box. This corner kick is brought to you by ICCU. Derek Waldeck, all-time in USL League One, one of the best assist men when it comes to defenders. Can't find a Spokane head. Gallardo attempted the acrobatic touch. And nothing to it. Well, Spokane at home this year in league matches, 13 goals, 23 shots on target, and just 4 goals allowed. And on the road in league matches, 2 losses and 2 draws. They've only scored twice. Have only 14 shots on target. They've conceded 7 goals. That conversion rate on the road dips by about 15%. You have to take their opportunities when available at home. And today it won't come easy. At the half-hour mark, scoreless with AC Boise. Have no shots on target, just 1 for the visitors. As neither side has been able to find rhythm. Although Spokane have held the majority of the ball, that's something you usually see when taking on Boise. His heel hops over the defender. Velocity do keep. The USL Cup certainly has not been kind to Spokane in recent memory. In search of positive play, which has been limited, Windermere Foundation is thrilled to welcome our charity of the month. It's more than a home, it's a way to give back. Please visit our site at www.windermerefoundation.com. Jared Mazzola slow to get up. Back to that previous point, Spokane have not found daylight in this competition since its inception in 2024, the same year that Spokane Velocity FC became or competed for the first time as a professional football club. In 2024, just 1 victory, 5 losses, 2 draws. Last year, a single win and 3 losses as the USL Championship teams were introduced, and the competition started with 4 group stage matches. And this year, that win against Las Vegas Lights, crucial, but they were thumped by Sacramento Republic. And if they were to tie with Sac Republic, they certainly would lose out on any tiebreakers based on the goals scored. And Lee Viedman right now talking to Joe Gallardo and Siobhan John Brown, a couple players that he scouted over the last 2 off seasons to bring in. And Gallardo, the former Union Omaha man, a 2-time Players' Shield Award winner, knows what it takes to take a club deep into the lengths of the USL League One season. A former first-team player talking things over with Derek Waldeck. Those 2 on the left side have been a nice tandem to watch in terms of their chance creation and Waldeck's ability to allow Gallardo to cut inside and set up others. There's Jared Mazzola back to his feet. Good to see for him in AC Boise as he makes just his 2nd appearance for Nate Miller this year. The goalkeeper conversation has been a hot topic as of late in Boise. Joseph Andema and Jonathan Cleaver recently before Mazzola. 3 different players in net for Nate Miller, and Mazzola with a great opportunity against a very good team in Spokane today. Certainly could be tested here. Chance from distance. Oh, that would have been sensational from Colin Fernandez. Boise quick off the scoring chance. Bodily to the outside. His cross rejected. Wants to get to his left. Has that taken away? Mayaka. Musa Inya. And a defender looming from behind. It was Nico Brett. Boise on the back foot. The pressure from Spokane beginning to take shape. Boise were able to break early on. All of a sudden having a little bit of trouble. Crawl. Lewis wins it. Fitch up ahead. Siobhan Brown fouled from behind. Here's another look at that chance. Heel, a quick flick to Colin Fernandez and into the sunlight. That would have been superb. Turn to the CBS Sports Network on Wednesday, June 10th for a USL Eastern Conference Championship clash under the lights. Tampa Bay Rowdies defend their home turf against battle-tested Charleston Battery at 7 p.m. Eastern. Catch all the action on the CBS Sports Network June 10th. Lewis plays the long ball into traffic. Immediately touched back by Spokane. Some hot potato going on right in the midfield. Spokane win the foul and the ball and puts that sequence to rest. Soccer season is here and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site, SeatGeek, your ticket to great seats. Siobhan Brown on the ground. Oh, it's so close. Nico Brett wants that one back. And Joe Gallardo was back post, ready for the finish. It all starts with Siobhan Brown on the byline on one of the best defenders in the league, Jacob Krull. Brett winds up in the air and it was nearly touched home by Joe Gallardo. Spokane have won the ball in the attacking third the past couple of sequences. It certainly forces UC Boise to think a bit more when building out of the back. Nate Miller knew that would be a challenge. Just with the experience and depth that the Spokane team has, they do a really good job of combining the two, and with that, you get players who are very educated on when, where, and how to press properly, as Heel wasn't ready for it. Boise licked their chops at this opportunity. Thomas Amon goes down. Dougie Mark-Valashvili in the vicinity. Christian Campo Hernandez went to the pocket with no hesitation. And Lee Wiedemann gives the fourth official an earful. Mark-Valashvili showing the yellow card. Final moments of the first half. Mayaka. Krull. Blake Bodily. Bodily service in, looked for Moon. Might have lost that one in the sun. Brett goes down. And yeah, might have gotten a touch. Slow roller through traffic. Might have thrown Boise off. Spokane switched the field of play. Walled Waldeck taking advantage of his space. Andre Lewis entered into the area. Fernandez, Fitch calling for it. Markvelishvili finds himself with it yet again. Boise doing a good job of taking away the left side. Want to limit the touches from Joe Gallardo and Derek Waldeck. Dangerous ball into the middle. John Brown able to connect, but Boise eventually pry it free. Kostashin. Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. From the grassroots to the pros, Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select product specials and more. Select, the player's choice. Just one shot on target between both sides. It's gone to Boise. Can Spokane get on the board? A major takedown from behind and immediate yellow card. No hesitation from Christian Campo Hernandez. Gallardo fell hard. And it sets up a Spokane free kick in daring territory. Thomas Among into the books for Boise. First one against Nate Miller's side. And Gallardo with open space to run. Among simply reckless. There's no way about it. Gallardo and Waldeck over to tend to the set piece duties. Who will take? What does this look? Bring forth Cameron Miller. Mingagi, Markvelishvili. Each over 6'3". See the impact they have. It's Gallardo, Joe Gallardo going for goal and sails that one over the head of Jared Mazzola. Lumberbeard Brewing is proud to be the preferred craft brewery partner for USL Spokane. Visit our downtown tasting room for expertly brewed craft beer and food at 25 East 3rd Avenue, open 7 days a week. Jacob Kroll over to the ball. Play finally resets. Kroll with Brown defending. It's poked free. Gallardo, Joe Gallardo. Dances around defenders. Nothing to it for Spokane. He looked all over the pitch in the final third and felt like no one was available. Wanted to keep Spokane on the front foot in possession. They've had success with it tonight for a side that usually doesn't play the possession game. Clean chance on the counter amounts to nothing, and Boise threatening ball. Moon up ahead, big shot, and Lewis stops it. The hand up in the air though, offside against Boise. Thomas Among a little too far behind the back line. Elite minds, unlock your mind, unlock your game. Visit our website today. Boise's chance creation, not what it usually is. Atop USL League One today, even in final third entries with Spokane at 26 apiece. Velocity FC out in front of box touches. As bodily fouled, Andre Lewis stops play here. Velocity FC also out in front in the shots category, 4-2. They've done their homework on AC Boise. A team that relies on passing the ball and creating chances. They've done their homework. And right now, could send AC Boise scoreless heading into the locker room. Win big at Spokane's favorite casino, Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino, located in Airway Heights. Sean Lewis takes his time getting over to the ball. Lewis has only been forced to make one save today. A few seconds from stoppage time. As both sides will head back to the drawing board and find ways to get on the score sheet. 3 minutes of added time here, as indicated by the fourth official. If either side were to score in this situation, it would be quite the momentum shifter. Mark Velishvili has trouble with this one. Cameron Miller to his rescue. But turns it over to the visitors. You may be wondering, what's the best way for either side to get on the board before they head to the locker room? For Spokane, it's keep trusting this press. It's worked very well, created several chances. For Boise, continue to trust your outside players in Nick Moon and Blake Bodley. If you can find them and create those opportunities on service, anything's possible. Bodley covered up. Moon on the byline. He's cross steered aside and sets up a corner kick. Blake Bodley with the Boise fans right to the back of him. He has all the support in the world from that back left corner. Bodley, back post. No good. About 30 seconds till the conclusion of stoppage time. Maybe one last rush here for Velocity FC. Sean Lewis into the Spokane sky. Andre Lewis settles it down. It's popped up. Kroll with the clean header. Andre Lewis somehow gets through. Siobhan John Brown, the closest pass to an assist that we've seen in the first half. Spokane cannot convert in the end, and we head to the locker room scoreless between Spokane Velocity FC and AC Boise. You can see the frustration from the Spokane players, Nico Brett and Joe Gallardo, with an equally great opportunity to put Spokane on top 1-0, but could not finish that chance. Same can be said for Velocity FC as a whole, scoreless against AC Boise at the break. In round 3 of the Prinx Tires USL Cup, we have plenty of news from around the league and more coming up on this halftime break. Spokane and Boise deadlocked.
true that a Windermere agent's client decided to experiment with power washing their deck a day before the house was supposed to go on the market. It's true that he may have accidentally destroyed said deck. Now, you might wonder, how did that deck get torn out, replaced, and stained in one day, in time for the listing to go live the next morning? We'll never tell.
At Eastern Washington University, students and faculty work side by side to restore a lost prairie and decrease our carbon footprint. Composers are writing music to help us understand how salmon migrate. And urban and regional planning students partner with cities to gather the data they need to address homelessness. Interdisciplinary education that gets real about the real world. That's Eastern Washington University and you.
I'm a real wild one. Once in a while, we all want to go wild. We just need a little help. Meet a little help. The 2024 Ford Bronco Sport Wild Edition goes over any terrain, so you can go all out. Get a wild deal on a Bronco Sport today. Lease a Bronco Sport Wild Edition for $339 a month for 36 months, or purchase with $3.9 for 36 and get $2,000 wild bonus cash.
Scan now, and you will win one of 20 unique restaurant discounts. Thank you to Caruso's, the Burger Dock, Flatstick Pub, Casa Tap House, Canala, People's Waffle, and Method Juice Cafe. Again, scan now, and you can win one of 20 unique restaurant discounts. Scan to play. Score at halftime, Spokane and Boise scoreless at the break. But while we have a moment, for those who may have not ever watched the USL Cup, here's a brief video that explains how this tournament works.
Prinx tires in the USL help soccer journeys everywhere to drive harder. From city playgrounds to suburban sidelines, from early mornings to late nights, from fun with friends to winner takes all, from the biggest fan to the biggest heart. And at every turn, Prinx tires will be there for the long haul.
Pain doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way. Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power. Trusted for over 100 years, our proven blend of camphor, menthol, and essential oils tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger, so that you can rise above pain and get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
Today, we accomplished nothing. I mean it, not a thing. And it was kind of everything.
This summer, get 1,000 bonus points and a chance to win 250,000 bonus points.
Prinx tires in the USL help soccer journeys everywhere to drive harder. From city playgrounds to suburban sidelines, from early mornings to late nights, from fun with friends to winner takes all, from the biggest fan to the biggest heart. And at every turn, Prinx tires will be there for the long haul.
Pain doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way. Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power. Trusted for over 100 years, our proven blend of camphor, menthol, and essential oils tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger, so that you can rise above pain and get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
Today, we accomplished nothing. I mean it, not a thing. And it was kind of everything.
This summer, get 1,000 bonus points and a chance to win 250,000 bonus points.
It is halftime in the Prinx Tires USL Cup. The drama is building in all groups. I'm Dan Lucas inside the USL studio with a look at some of the headlines from League One and the championship. The lone unbeaten club in both leagues is putting up dominant numbers in a 2026 turnaround. The Tampa Bay Rowdies have scored first in all 13 of their matches in all competitions this year. But if you break it down to just 11 games in the championship, the Rowdies have outshot their opponents 50-28 so far. Congratulations to Greenville Triumph for opening the latest of the new stadiums in League One. The Triumph began play in GE Vernova Park with a win over Forward Madison. League One now boasts 3 brand new stadiums in 2026. Young players are starting to earn more and more playing time in League One and the USL Championship. How about Santiago Higuereta from AV Alta? He scored his first professional goal in Week 12. At age 17 years, 249 days old, Higuereta is the youngest goal scorer in AV Alta history, and he beats out Vigo Ortiz of Charlotte Independence by 43 days for the League One youngest player to score this season. Upcoming national spotlight games next Wednesday, the Rowdies in Charleston Battery, Forward Madison and Fort Wayne on the 17th, and Las Vegas and Orange County on the CBS Sports Network. This is the USL Halftime Update. Let's get you back out to your match.
Such exciting news around the league in its entirety, but here today in round 3 of the Prinx Tires USL Cup, Spokane Velocity FC and AC Boise scoreless at the break. While we have a moment, scan the QR code to vote for your favorite Lumberbeard co-branded can. The winning can will be sold in stadium and at select stores next month. Lumberbeard, your preferred craft brewery partner of USL Spokane. Let's take a look at what's taken place across round 3 of the Prinx Tires USL Cup and what is to come over the next couple of days. And right now, these Spokane fans gathered on hand thinking about round 4 and how they can move on to the next phase of this tournament. They'll face Oakland up next on the road, and for AC Boise, they'll head home to face Sacramento in round 4 come July 11th for both those sides. But looking at scores out of town, Loudon with the shutout of Richmond. Hartford Athletic currently on top of Cosmos. And New York also has a red card in that match as well. Lexington and Charleston victorious in PKs. Tampa Bay and Indy 11 with shutouts over Jacksonville and Fort Madison. And taking a look at what's to come in the Prinx Tires USL Cup for the rest of round number 3 here in the month of June. Later tonight, Oakland Roots on the road to face Las Vegas Lights. The Alta will welcome in Orange County, Sac Republic, and Monterey Bay. Another Group 1 match that AC Boise and Spokane fans will have their eyes on. That one set to take place on Galazzo later tonight and tomorrow to wrap things up in round 3. Brooklyn and Portland runs a fine kickoff at 12 p.m. Pacific time. Well, there certainly has to be a goal of some kind, right, going forward? Well, that's what both these fan bases certainly hope for, as we are deadlocked at the break. And just a reminder, if we remain tied at any score after 90 minutes, we will go to a penalty kick shootout. Of course, none of these teams want that. They would like their club to go home with 3 points. But let's head to break, and when we come back, we'll have halftime highlights, stats, and more coming up.
Eastern Washington University, students and faculty work side by side to restore a lost prairie and decrease our carbon footprint. Composers are writing music to help us understand how salmon migrate. And urban and regional planning students partner with cities to gather the data they need to address homelessness. Interdisciplinary education that gets real about the real world. That's Eastern Washington University and you.
De vez en cuando, todos queremos soltarnos. Solo necesitamos un poco de ayuda. Conozca Un Poco de Ayuda. El Ford Bronco Sport Wild Edition 2024. Pasa por cualquier terreno para que puedas darlo todo. Obtén una gran oferta en una Bronco Sport hoy mismo. Arrienda una Bronco Sport Wild Edition por $339 al mes por 36 meses o cómpralo con 3.9 por 36 y obtén $2,000 de bono Wild.
It's true that a Windermere agent's client decided to experiment with power washing their deck a day before the house was supposed to go on the market. It's true that he may have accidentally destroyed said deck. Now, you might wonder, how did that deck get torn out, replaced, and stained in one day, in time for the listing to go live the next morning? We'll never tell.
Prinx Tires is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the Prinx Tires USL Cup. Built for practical performance and the long haul, Prinx delivers reliability for everyday drivers like you. Visit PrinxTireUSA.com to learn more. We are just moments away from the final 45 minutes of play between Spokane Velocity and AC Boise. Let's take a look at how we got to where we are. Even though scoreless, plenty of action in the first half, starting off with AC Boise, a dangerous chance into the box, corralled by Sean Lewis. And Simon Fitch on that right flank, able to cross it to the back post, and Luis Heel unable to get a good head on it. And Siobhan John Brown on Simon Fitch, and Joshua Yarrow prevented any chance. Then outside the area, Joe Gallardo over to Colin Fernandez, and rifled this one. Oh, so close. It would have been a Galazzo. It finished on point. The match would remain scoreless. And through on the near side, Siobhan John Brown. Not a lot of room to work on Jacob Kroll. Crosses it on the byline. Nico Brett with the best scoring chance of the day for either side. Puts it just past the woodwork, and Joe Gallardo as well could not get a touch on it. You could see the frustration from the Spokane players. They would have certainly been up if they got a touch on it. Well, we head back to the pitch. Boise starts things off going left to right. Spokane right to left. Velocity in the dark kits. Boise in the white kicks. Tumimo Shaban. At the sound of the whistle, plays it deep. Both sides scoreless coming out of halftime. I'm Josh Lill, set to bring you an exciting second half of play. Will the deadlock be broken, or will we see penalty kicks? 3 points a must for either team if they still desire to get into that top spot of the group. For Boise, it's much more feasible. They need a loss or a draw by Sacramento Republic FC. And all 3 points here today against Spokane for Velocity FC. Not only do they need 3 points, but it would take time to jump atop the group, as right now Sac Republic has the head-to-head tiebreaker, as well as goals for in group play. It wouldn't be today for Velocity FC, but Boise could jump into first. Nick Moon onto his left, leaves it for Mayaka. Couldn't finish it. Blake Bodley might have gotten a touch on the flick. And an early dangerous chance for Nate Miller's side out of the gate. Right now, Spokane Velocity putting on a defensive clinic against a Boise side that is tormented opponents when it comes to chance creation. Today, Boise with 4 shots. Of course, we know the numbers they can put up. Recorded 31 in a match against Fort Wayne in USL League One play. To have them at 4 at the break should certainly be a positive note for Lee Wiedemann's side. Boise have not been in the best of forms as of late. 2 losses and a draw across their last 3 matches in all competitions. Nate Miller still wants to see an improvement on individual defending and that shape behind the ball. Mo Shaban knifes his way through. His shot rejected and cleared by Spokane. When it comes to that individual defending, he wants to see his players dismark in the box at the right time, break the last line, and read the cues from the opponent as Mayaka through. A little bit of an optical illusion as it bounced off the back netting. Nice touched by Spokane. Philip Mayaka fights through a couple of defenders, and Kagi Markvelishvili, the last line of defense, prevents the Boise opportunity. Blake Bodley, the leading chance creator in USL League One, and the captain for Nate Miller, set to cross. And it's Wayne to the Sun on the backside. So Spokane clearly got the message on how to limit the play from Blake Bodley and others. Bodley with just 7 crosses, and that is usually a good number to hold him to, as he can easily hit double digits in that facet. No player for Boise has created multiple chances today. Spokane have made it tough to cross from the flanks, have remained solid and taken away the central areas of the pitch. And to be quite honest with you, Boise have done the same thing to Spokane. Final third entries just 1 apart from either team. Spokane with 32, Boise with 31. The visitors out in front in box touches 10-6. Spokane have yet to record a shot on target, but lead total shots, or well, did before the previous sequence. Boise whistled for the foul, and Jacob Kral sees his first yellow of the day. Blake Bodley in search of a reason. Our head official, Christian Campo Hernandez, Orders Simon Fitch to back the ball up a bit as this foul occurred before the division line. Simple drag down and the right call made on the play. But nonetheless, two teams, one who relies on possession, the other in transition, have been limited in their strengths today and often have found some daylight in a bit of their weaknesses. But one thing each coach is desperate to see improvement on is execution, and neither have had that today. Christian Campo Hernandez, his words with Andre Lewis, attempting to calm down the tempers of the stellar Spokane midfielder.
Yellow card issued in the 51st minute, number 16, Jake Cole.
Javon John Brown. Ball played forward, Brett in pursuit. Yarrow. Andre Lewis slips. Got eaten alive by the turf monster. And Christian Campo Hernandez will not let Boise move up any further in space. Scan now and you will win one of 20 unique restaurant discounts. Thank you to Caruso's, The Burger Dock, Flat Stick Pub, Casa Tap House, Canala, People's Waffle, and Method Juice Cafe. Gallardo around. Player slow, force Spokane to get up. Colin Fernandez grabbing at that lower left leg. The Boise players exchange apologies. Colin Fernandez quite livid with the contact and asks for help from the fourth official. Replay on as Christian Campo Hernandez felt like he gave an explanation enough to Colin Fernandez. He didn't want any more. We mentioned earlier the struggles in the USL Cup for this Spokane team. Just 3 wins all time in 3 years. A win today would be the first time ever that they would accumulate multiple regulation victories in a campaign, as there's the first shot on target for Spokane. Nico Brett finally able to test Jared Mazzola in his second start for AC Boise this year, off loan from Las Vegas Lights in USL Championship. He made 3 saves in the victory in round 2 over Monterey Bay. Today, finally records his first stop. Moon loses it. Lewis waits for reinforcements. Waldeck. Colin Fernandez. Mark Velishvili given plenty of room to work and slowly takes his opportunity. Fitch, give and go. Spokane like what they see on that left side. Unable to get Derek Waldeck in a crossing scenario. Such a threat from that left wing back spot. Covers a lot of ground, but his service abilities are right up there with Blake Bodley's as Luis Heel goes inside, tries to sell the foul. Quick to his feet, And Christian Campo Hernandez did not even flinch. Dribble up to Boise. Kostashin. Dennis Kostashin crafting through a couple of defenders. Waldeck and Miller there to make life difficult for the Ukrainian forward. Dennis Kostashin didn't have the easiest of months in May, as not enough to test Sean Lewis there. Was the April Player of the Month. Scored the first goal in Boise history against Sarasota. And accumulated 3 goals and 1 assist a couple of months ago. And in April, this is a wild stat for league play, he recorded a goal contribution on average every 58 minutes. Although a slow May, recorded a couple of goals and certainly got back on the right track, coming off the bench for that critical goal against Richmond. It would eventually lead to Nick Moon evening it up in the 86th minute. And just a reminder for what Boise has had to deal with, as Heel had to deal with the likes and physicality of Nick Moon. Couldn't get enough heat behind the ball, but these Boise players, most of them dealt with the stomach flu before the Richmond match, through it on the plane rides, in training this week. For anyone who's had the stomach flu, it's not something that lingers for a couple of days and all of a sudden disappears. It's the most unwelcoming guest in the human body and certainly takes its time to leave. Derek Waldeck to take this ICCU corner kick as we near the hour mark. Just 2 shots on target, 1 apiece for each club. The attacking chances have certainly been limited. Few and far between. But a well-placed corner could rewrite this match. Through, oh, the line's cleared, it's Mayaka. Fernandez has his shot blocked. And what a sequence from Boise. Head injury indicated by our head official, Christian Campo Hernandez. But what a look here. Ball played by Waldeck. It was off Mark Valashvili. It looked like Mayaka at the back post. It was him indeed. Thomas Among with the injury. Quick to his feet, and it's always a scary sign. The officiating crew not messing around by any means. Training staff motioned off the pitch. Both teams get a quick rest. Spokane will take over. Among not happy as he will head to the near touchline at the hour mark and await re-entry at the direction of the 4th official. Nonetheless, 1 hour in, we're scoreless in a Group 1 match and a heated rivalry between Spokane Velocity and AC Boise. I'm Josh Lill, happy to have you with us. We can only hope that the deadlock will be broken. If not, it shapes up for an exciting match in penalties. Velocity fans, get match ready with the latest Velocity merchandise. Shop online in the team store and at the Davenport Grand Hotel in Spokane. Ricketts restarts play. What a job by Joshua Yarrow at that central defender spot with Jake Dengler out with injury. Spokane win it back off of a foul, but Dengler's presence certainly known and missed. With him, they're 4-2-2, with 8 goals conceded and an average of 1 per game. Without him, winless in 3 matches. 7 goals allowed in just a short time frame and about 2.5 goals conceded per match. He's been around USL League One just about as long as anyone. And his next appearance will be his 99th in League One regular season play. They certainly missed the veteran, and he's a big reason. And his absence particularly, of why Joshua Yarrow was signed. Yarrow played at San Diego in the USL Championship, so Nate Miller knows exactly what he's getting in this star central defender who simply came on loan with a desire for more playing time, a chance to get better. Again, had not played this season until tonight. Certainly brings that ability to play out of the back. What a veteran presence to add back there with Jacob Krull, who's top 10 in USL League One regular season play when it comes to minutes and matches played. Get a League One veteran, a player with 70 matches worth of experience in the MLS with Joshua Yarrow, and of course Jonathan Ricketts, at 28 years of age, has been around the USL with Chattanooga Red Wolves, went through their pro player pathway, starting with the Dalton Red Wolves. Worked his way through the championship in Sacramento Republic. In the USL in its entirety, Ricketts has played in 163 matches, so you get those 3 players. And if you're Nate Miller, you're quite confident and not really worried about the back line. And tonight, against a Spokane team that knows how to score goals, their defense has been quite good. They've limited 1 shot on target. Spokane, scan the QR code for your chance to win a free water heater from Raptor Rooter and Plumbing, the proud plumbing partner of your Spokane Velocity. Waldeck took a hit. And Christian Campo Hernandez, let's play continue. Waldeck quick to his feet. Boise in search of the deadlock breaker. Lewis flicks it to Waldeck. Very crafty from the veteran midfielder. And Colin Fernandez take it to the ground in an aggressive manner. And Fernandez desperate for a yellow card. Mo Shaban was right there, and that is about the 2nd time that Fernandez felt like he was taken down unfairly.
Substitutions for Boise.
Has a nice moment and a handshake with Christian Campo Hernandez.
Number 14,
Well, the
Moon.
Chester
And number 22,
shows sportsmanship and won't warrant a Boise yellow card.
Number 9, Luan Figueroa Brito. And number 17,
Johansson, Luan Brito, one of several substitutions, or a couple I should say, for Nate Miller and AC Boise. Hansen made his first AC Boise start against Richmond last weekend. Luan Brito, a couple of goals on the year, makes his 10th appearance for Nate Miller's side. Keegan Euler, the last substitution for AC Boise. Euler, the former Oregon State man, Utah University alum, Utah Valley University alum, excuse me. Last year he led Utah Valley in assists with 8. First-year pro Keegan Euler has shown a lot. He's netted a goal and an assist across all competitions. Once again, that player profile of good, solid crossing abilities is very much in the realm skill-wise for Keegan Euler. Joe Hansen, as we mentioned, in for Boise, and Nate Miller has noticed as Hansen with the ball, feeds it through, has had plenty of great performances off the bench. Bodily, cross inside, and Mark Velishvili falls on it. And Waldeck simply tackled to the ground. Christian Campo Hernandez to the pocket. Another look at it here. Bodily cannot muster that one through the legs of Mark Velishvili. And it's Dennis Kostashin refusing to let Derek Waldeck get out into open space. More likely a tactical yellow card. Spokane set up shop. But back to Joe Hansen. It's been great for Boise off the bench. Had a key goal contribution against Naples. Helped create the game-winning goal against Monterey Bay. And he's coming at times at wing back, which for him is a position that he's learning a little bit more this year. His chance creation is good, but what Nate Miller and the coaching staff would like to see out of Hansen is a bit more composure in the box during those big moments, as well as a little bit of defensive awareness of when to fall into a back five and provide reinforcements when that back three is in dire need of help. Right now could be that chance as Hansen in number 17 in white. They're on the double team for Gallardo. They force the corner kick in a scramble situation. Still one shot on target for each team. On this ICCU corner kick, Spokane have their eyes set on testing Jared Mazzola at least one more time. Luis Hill in swinger. Back post. Miller there. Lewis winds up. It's blocked. What a moment, and a head scratcher for Andre Lewis. He knew the chance was coming. It all started off the head of Cameron Miller. Lewis was ready. And it was cleared and blocked. Jared Mazzola was not tested, and that is a credit to this Boise defense. What a team defending moment for AC Boise.
Substitution for Boise, leader of the match, number 10, Dennis Kostashin.
Dennis Kostashin out. Omar Yaya in for Nate Miller. Kostashin came off the bench against Richmond last week and sees 69 minutes today. And part of the reason that Nate Miller has decreased his minutes as of late is really the ferociousness that Dennis Kostashin plays with. You don't want a player of his caliber to get fatigued. He works so hard on and off the ball in every game and every training session. Nate Miller mentioned if he plays him in too many matches, he very well could get burnt out. Scan now for your latest ticket deals for Spokane Velocity FC. Knoxville, the next home match 2 weeks from today. Short field here for Spokane. Andre Lewis plays that one off the defender. And Spokane in the 70th minute, another corner kick. They have accumulated plenty of chances tonight. It's their fourth. 8 corners between the two clubs. Christian Campo Hernandez calling a couple of players right to his front, Johansson. As well as Nico Brett. Having a quick conversation to limit the contact. Don't get too aggressive. Watch the shoving and the pushing. Or a foul will be called. ICCU corner kick from Derek Waldeck as he shares a nice conversation with the official on the far side. Win to the backs of Spokane. Low one, headed, wow, what a finish! Cameron Miller. Precise placement and a deadly finish has put Velocity FC ahead. We talked about it in pregame, all the efforts that Miller does on the defensive end, the role that he's taken up this year in the air, on the ground, blocking the ball, and on interceptions. But Cameron Miller goes sky high above this Boise defense, where only the clouds could touch him. No chance for Jared Mazzola. And in a match that has been so frustrating for both of these clubs, the lack of scoring chances, Cameron Miller takes his fingerprints and rubs it all over this match. Cameron Miller stands 6'4", a native of Washington, and what a story he has. This is his only professional team he's ever been a part of for all 3 years, well, 2.5 that Spokane have existed. Started out as a trialist in the preseason in 2024, has become a staple on the back line, and last year at times there may have been moments he didn't see the playing time he would have wanted with Jalen Chrysler and David Garcia. Miller operated much of the back line with Marcelo Lage. Back in 2024, saw a good amount of playing time with David Garcia. And now a true veteran on this Spokane defense. It's only fitting that he goes end to end to give Spokane the late lead in this rivalry match in round 3 of the Prinx Tires USL Cup. Win big at Spokane's favorite casino, Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino, located in Airway Heights. How can Boise respond? It's been tough to play centrally. They flick it forward here, Brito! Could not beat Sean Lewis to the ball. That might be one of the few ways they can find success down that central column, is the quick flicks forward, but that all depends on the well-timed runs of these Boise forwards. Nick Moon has exited, and Blake Bodley has been watched like a hawk on that left side. And Simon Fitch has done a stellar job on Bodley. Gallardo pushed from behind. Siobhan John Brown, centering ball, left off, bouncing, oh my goodness! Unconventional, yet exhilarating for Spokane, as they've exploded late. Andre Lewis, what's not to love? In a match that looked deadlocked the rest of the way, it appeared that maybe no team would score in regulation. And all of a sudden, Spokane Velocity have netted 2 goals in just a couple of minutes. It all starts with Gallardo. He fights through the contact. John Brown over to Nico Brett. They serve up Andre Lewis, and it took a wonky bounce. And look, Lee Viedman and company will take it any way they can get it. What a touch from Nico Brett. It definitely deflected off a Boise defender. We'll wait for the official ruling whether it's Lewis's goal or an own goal. But nonetheless, it's 2-0 Spokane. public address announcer at One Spokane Stadium has credited that score from Andre Lewis as an own goal. It is confirmed. And a tough break for Boise. Andre Lewis, it may not go down in the stat sheet as a goal for the Jamaican midfielder, but oh, it's in! Are you kidding me? Somehow, some way, Boise are in it, and the Spokane fans can't believe it. How that ball got through, we don't know. Another look at it here, Blake Bodley, the leading chance creator in USL League One. It squeaks through the hands of Sean Lewis. Sean Lewis, who has come across to many as a man of steel between the sticks, is touched by the kryptonite at the feet of Blake Bodley. Another unconventional goal that you'll never see on a regular day. First goal in a Boise kit for Blake Bodley. We were scoreless for the first 70 minutes. It only took 7 minutes time, and it's 2-1.
Goal scored for AC Boise in the 77th minute, given to number 23, Omar Yaya.
Yeah. Into the area with Waldeck defending. And it's a goal kick. You can watch the match turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access on Tuesday nights, plus your live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the new Sirius XM app.
Substitution for AC Boise, leaving the match, number 2, Jonathan Ricketts.
Jonathan Ricketts out of the match.
Number 27, Jackson Stevens.
Jackson Stevens in. Just his third appearance, his first in a Boise kit outside of League One competition.
Substitutions for Spokane.
Nick Spielman, Neil Vinyals, veterans of this league. In for Spokane Velocity FC, Nick Spielman, most notable for his time with the Charlotte Independents. An all-league player in 2024 and helped Charlotte to the playoffs on 3 occasions and finished as a runner-up in 2023. And for Neil Vinyals, probably the best passer that USL League One has ever laid eyes on. 2-time All-League player and a Player Shield winner with the Richmond Kickers in his second year with Spokane Velocity FC. Vinyals with the all-time assist record in USL League One regular season matches at 22. You're bringing in playmaking and solid defending here for the final 10 minutes of play. eFootball is here. Live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play. Download now. Waldeck. Velocity look to regain their momentum after the bodily goal as Vignals goes for goal. Urgency certainly with Boise. They went too quickly for the liking of Christian Campa Hernandez. One back. Siobhan John Brown plays it right to the feet of the defense. The USL Championship and League One are on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and more, and expert analysis on the CBS Sports Galazzo Network and ESPN Plus. Go to USLChampionship.com or USLLeague1.com for the complete USL TV listings. Kral steps forward. Blake Bodley with probably the weirdest goal you'll see in USL League One this year. Right to the defense. He attempted what looked like a cross from such a difficult angle. Somehow it got through the hands of Sean Lewis. An error that you will not really see from a guy like Sean Lewis. Two-time Golden Glove winner and two-time Goalkeeper of the Year award winner. Again, scoreless at the 70th minute. And in 7 minutes time, or 6 minutes time, excuse me, we added 3 goals. What a game. We're happy to have you with us out west here in round 3 of the Prinx Tires USL Cup. I'm Josh Lill, very happy to have you with us tonight. And if you just checked in, you certainly missed one heck of a 12-minute period. Over the head of Fernandez, Vignals. Waldeck threads the needle. He nearly had the give and go with Nico Brett, but he didn't see him. Gallardo to Vignals. Fernandez, quick touch. Spielman steps. Mark Velishvili. Fernandez. Vignals. Every player screaming to the ball for AC Boise. Fitch chases in the corner. Settles it down. With Keegan Euler defending. John Brown. Vignals. Gallardo. Spokane spreading out this Boise defense, and the visitors have not given in, have not left a gaping hole. Their recovery is quite excellent off the ball. Waldeck for service. It's behind John Brown. Mayaka. Hansen. Draws the foul. For the top chance-creating team in USL League One. A team that's amassed 30 shots in a match this year. Boise have not had their way with Spokane velocity today. The hosts with 8 shots compared to Boise 6. Velocity out in front with 3 shots on target. And 1 for the visitors. Touches in the opponent's box. Nearly even, 13 for Boise, 12 for Spokane. But the hosts have been dominant getting into the final third, 55-42. They've owned the ball 56%. Lewis gets to the ground and gives himself an opportunity to catch his breath and regain a bit of composure. Spokane with 105 more accurate passes than Boise today. They have shared the ball at a higher rate than we've normally seen this year, and how many teams have, maybe besides AV Alta, have been able to outpass AC Boise accurately. They certainly stepped up after a tough loss to Portland Hearts of Pine in the USL League One regular season. Even with a win and a Sacramento Republic loss, if Spokane can hold on to this result, it would get them into second, but not enough due to tiebreakers to jolt them into first. However, come round 4 in July, they'll be well within the conversation of advancing on to the knockout rounds. But right now, the final 4 minutes or so, ever so crucial for Lee Wiedemann's side in this tournament, which they've struggled over the past couple of years. As for AC Boise, they fought back against Richmond to pick up a result. Suffered a couple of tough losses to Fort Wayne and Sarasota. Just have not had it easy as of late. Hansen, Lewis with the stop! Arms outstretched, and certainly makes up for that goal he let in on Blake Bodley. He went full 180 degrees to keep Hansen from netting that score. Mayaka falls to the ground on his own accord. Less than 3 minutes until stoppage time. Hansen, Inya. Joshua Yarrow in his first game for AC Boise. Stevens, Jacob Kroll. Mayaka. Inya. Hansen service, curler, backside, and Lewis corrals it out of the air. Moses Mensah ready to check on for Spokane in the final moments of the match. Again, a well-attended game here at One Spokane Stadium for this rivalry in the Pacific Northwest between Spokane and AC Boise. Hansen wasn't an easy first touch. Stays locked in. Fitch on it. Couldn't handle cleanly at first. Plays it to midfield. There is the substitution. Moses Mensah for Spokane. Ready to close the match out. Joe Gallardo sees the end of his day. Mensah, natural at that left back spot. Very much a wing back as well. Can cover a lot of ground on that left side and attempt to keep AC Boise from creating any sort of momentum in the attacking half. It is Spokane with it. That ball just beyond the confines of Nico Brett. Stevens deep in his own end. Yarrow. Excuse me. Errant ball. We're just seconds away from stoppage time. What a win this could be for Spokane if they're able to hold on.
Ladies and gentlemen, the fourth official.
4 minutes of stoppage time confirmed by the fourth official on the near side of the pitch. Cameron Miller with the first goal for Spokane that opened the floodgates. Then Andre Lewis created the chance, but it was ruled an own goal against Boise. Blake Bodley somehow, some way Mustered one through the hands of Sean Lewis at a difficult angle. And we are set up for a doozy here. Second half stoppage. Brito, quick touch, Boise for the tie, and it's denied. Stevens. AC Boise knocking on the door. Krull, header in. Could not fall to Bodley. Finally gets to it. Spielman uses his right leg to prevent it. Oh, so close, and Sean Lewis leaped to his right. Boise nearly struck gold. It had the fans at One Spokane Stadium frozen in their seats. And again, another optical illusion created by AC Boise. Jacob Krull going for goal, and you can see that fan behind the net, mouth wide open, with an oh no. As time ticks on, the chances for AC Boise continue to get more threatening. Spokane have often come together at times, but also have gotten lucky on a few occasions. Boise couldn't execute. Tugged down in a foul. Inya has room. Nice recovery from Nick Spielman. Doesn't give Inya any space. Bodley. Curling ball right to Lewis, and handles that one from Blake Bodley cleanly on this time around. About 90 seconds left in this one. Second place on the line in Group 1 of the Prinx Tires USL Cup. Boise need a goal. Krull inside, and Mensah thought it had a chance to go out past the byline for a goal kick, but forced to take it himself. Cuts through a double team. Brett lurking. Mensah goes down. Waldeck with the quick touch. Boise take over, and the ball was taken cleanly. Lee Wiedemann. It's Mensah right on the ball. Yeah. Popped up. Spokane players collide. Whistle against Boise. Spokane take over. Sean Lewis certainly let every precious second tick off the clock. He's been pretty cut and dry through stoppage time. Can't see Christian Campo Hernandez letting this one go beyond the 4 minutes. We'll see what he allows. Stevens. Boise threatening, but it's not enough. A foul. All numbers forward. Jared Mazzola heads into the area. One final attempt for Boise. We were wondering whether that was the final whistle or a foul. It was the latter. It's Mayaka. It's dangerous. It looks good. Spokane clear it. Chance popped up. And there is the final whistle. We were deadlocked for 70 minutes. And Spokane Velocity explode with 2 late goals, concede one, and hold on for a massive 3 points in round 3 of the Prinx Tires USL Cup. Cameron Miller and Andre Lewis at the forefront of the attacking success, but that man, Sean Lewis, made several saves to keep Velocity FC in it. This defense came together, and Jared Mazzola was pressured late. suffers the loss here in round 3. Frustration on the faces of the Boise players, who now go winless in 4 consecutive matches across all competitions. For Spokane, after a frustrating loss last weekend on the road at Portland Hearts of Pine, where they took the lead first, they come back home in round 3 of the Prinx Tires USL Cup and take all 3 points in this Pacific Northwest rivalry. Spokane victorious over AC Boise 2-1. When we come back, we'll have highlights, stats, and more coming up next.
De vez en cuando, todos queremos soltarnos. Solo necesitamos un poco de ayuda. Conozca Un Poco de Ayuda. El Ford Bronco Sport Wild Edition 2024 pasa por cualquier terreno para que puedas darlo todo. Obtén una gran oferta en una Bronco Sport hoy mismo. Arrienda una Bronco Sport Wild Edition por $339 al mes por 36 meses o cómpralo con 3.9 por 36 y obtén $2,000 de bono Wild.
At Eastern Washington University, students and faculty work side by side to restore a lost prairie and decrease our carbon footprint. Composers are writing music to help us understand how salmon migrate. And urban and regional planning students partner with cities to gather the data they need to address homelessness. Interdisciplinary education that gets real about the real world. That's Eastern Washington University and you.
Final score from One Spokane Stadium in Spokane, Washington. Velocity FC pick up the 2-1 victory over AC Boise in round 3 of the Prinx Tires USL Cup. It certainly did not disappoint. Let's take you through how we got through the full 90 minutes. And sure, these Velocity fans are jumping out of their seats with excitement. Starting off, the first goal in our play of the match presented by Modelo. Cameron Miller, his first goal of the year. We talked about him in pregame, the importance of him on the defensive side of the ball, but he comes through on the corner kick, standing 6'4" to sky above the Boise defense to make it 1-0. And then in transition, Gallardo plays it forward. Siobhan John Brown and Nico Brett finally able to get Andre Lewis involved, and his goal would eventually be ruled an own goal committed by AC Boise. That would make it 2-0 for Spokane. All of a sudden, Boise would find themselves back in it, and who else but Blake Bodley, but this one more of a cross. It goes through the hands of Sean Lewis and somehow ends up in the back of the net. That would make it 2-1 Spokane Velocity. And that would be all she wrote to put Velocity ahead for all 3 points. And again, Boise, typically the team that's out in front of possession, chance creation. You were dominated in that sense by Spokane tonight, who had more control of the ball and were able to create more chances on net. Each side with 4 corners apiece, and Spokane took advantage as they got their first of 2 goals off the corner kick. It was a chippy affair, as you would expect in a Pacific Northwest rivalry. 5 cards between the 2 sides. But that is how we got to where we are today. 2-1, Spokane knock off Boise. Certainly an exciting match. Cameron Miller and company found a way to get Spokane on top. They added to their lead, and those 2 goals would be what they needed to knock off AC Boise, who are now winless across their last 4 in all competitions. Spokane back on the right foot after a loss against Portland Hearts of Pine, and they are in contention for the top of Group 1. I'm Josh Lill saying so long, have a great night.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.